Hi guys, and happy Saturday. So now this is going to be the third installment of Strip Down Saturday, Stripping Saturday, Strip Day, whatever you want to call it. So here we're going to go on this like herringbone tile inspired card. And again, we're going to be using a lot of these strips. And if need be, you could always use your real thin strips if you want don't want white grout lines. But we're going to stick to these strips here. I like pulling these out in twos if I can, but you don't have to. So let me show you how we're going to do this. I do use two silicone mats for this. One that I can glue the strips on and one that my card is on. So let me see if this is 4 by 5 1/4. So here is our base card layer. And I usually like starting with a long strip first that can pretty much go the length of the card. So these two look very similar. So I'm going to kind of go, and I want it to be in the corner. One of them to be exactly in the corner and this to be lined up. So we're going to start with these. Let me see what the other side looks like. Yeah, no, definitely we're going to use this side. So let me get out my glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run glue along the whole side of this strip. Like I said, I like the first one to be long and I like it to be right in the corner. So that way, and your hands are going to get really gluey with this. That way we have that corner pretty much taken up. And then let's go ahead and do this one. All right, all the way to the tip. And we're going to lay that one. Oops, there's a little piece stuck on there. We're going to leave that little grout line, or whatever you want to call it. And I want to try to make sure that this point is also on there. So see, that's a little off, but I'm not going to worry about that. So there's our base card that goes down first. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to find some, see if we can find some that are similar. That's awful strong looking. I don't think I'm going to go here. All right, so see how long this is? So you can go ahead and do it here and cut this off. It's good to have a straight edge. I'm going to go, let's see. And what I like doing is, like here's, let me take out my dollar store scissors that I use just for glue, for tacking. I don't want to use my snips when there's a lot of adhesive on here. So let's go ahead and see how that's the edge. I told you I like having a point there because these usually you want in the same line. So what I'm going to do is, let me take my snips. I will use my snips when there's not glue yet. Like I said, you want to use the side that, and I just did that just so I wouldn't have a lot hanging off. So let's go ahead and glue these down. Because I want to meet up with that point where those two, if this had been a fluid card, where you would start. Kind of like here. See how this is where I started with for this card. And so then you want to have something that hits that edge. So we're going to use this one to mimic that. It looks pretty straight. It probably isn't, but it's close enough. All right, let's find two more. Do I want to go? I don't think I want to do any vanilla this time. So here, I don't like the way that is. I want something that contrasts a little bit, but isn't overwhelming. Let's see, are these long enough? Those are long enough. So these are, I think there's some of that champagne that we had, who knows how long ago. So as you can see, even though on Strip Down Saturday, All Strip Saturday, Strip Day, whatever you want to call it, even though you're supposed to use up everything that's in your stash, it's not going to happen. We all know that. We're going to have strips and scraps forever until you just get to a point, which I did do about 2 months ago, where you just throw a bunch away and start all over again. I didn't throw them all away, but I did throw away a bunch of retired cardstock. All right, so now let's see what's on the other side of that. Well, that's not bad. So let's go ahead and do this. I know I don't have to do the whole strip. Oops, let me get it over here so we're on that silicone mat again. Let's do a little bit here. Let me just cut that down. We'll do that one. I don't know if it'll be long enough. Oh, it is. There we go. All right. Yeah, see, here I am saving strips again. Guys, you don't need to save strips. I do, but you don't. But it's nice to have a strip down day. So here's a strip down day for this. Now look at this. This is like, it looks like this was paper I had made for a one sheet wonder or something. So I'm gonna hold on to that for a second because I want to get some solid color in here. So let me look over here. I want to make sure, does this look, no, I think it would be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut 2 pieces here. Oops, you always want to have a straight edge, remember? Let's do 2 pieces here. Was that my straight edge? No, it wasn't. Yep, it was. All right, so let's do the 2 pieces here. And no, I may not be keeping all the grout lines, or whatever you want to call them, the same width, but you're not tiling your bathroom. In your bathroom, yes, you want your grout lines all to be the same. On a card, it doesn't really matter. There's a little bit of glue on that side, but I'll be able to wipe it off once it dries. That's almost too much of a grout line. Let me move that over just a little bit. There we go. A little bit better there. Now, I don't know. Do I want to bring that there? I don't know if that's too busy. I don't think I'm going to. I love that strip. I'll have to use it on the next card, I guess. Let's go ahead and we'll do, let's cut this in half. Oh, that was a lot of glue. Let me tap some of it off on there. That was a lot of glue. Don't know if you saw that. So here's my straight edge. I'm just going to press that down in that glue. And yes, I have a little corner here. We'll adjust that later. You know what? Maybe, even though I love this strip, maybe... Nope. Oh, look, I have another one here. That might be another whole card. I think that will be another whole card. Let me go ahead. I'm going to put the green on this side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put a little glue down there so I can match that. Now I will use my strips on my snips on this because there's no adhesive underneath there. So let me go like that. And then we're going to have, this is where, with those little tiny pieces, you can take like one of these. Let's take like this. And we'll just do a little corner there. So a little bit of glue there. It may not even stick. We'll see. Let me just take another little snip off of that, because we're going to do that here too. Again, it may not even stick. We'll see. There's very little glue surface there. All right, we're getting down to the end, guys. trying to figure out, ooh, maybe some soft succulent. Let's do that. Ooh, that was a lot of glue. I'm a little heavy-handed. Heavy-handed. Yes, I can't speak. Go like that, so we still have that one straight edge. There we go. I'm wondering, because it looks like you're only going to get one there. We go like this. And then with this little piece, you're not even going to see it. Just a little drop there. Hold it down there for a sec. Hopefully it doesn't rip up when we rip it up. Alright, so last little bit here. What do we want to do there? What color do we want to use? I don't think I want another green. I have a lot of green in there. Maybe I'll do this, just kind of correlate off of that. So let's go ahead. It looks like this is fresh freesia. I'm going to move it a little. It's not going to be lined up exactly with that. Again, we'll deal with it. And we have one little corner there. All right, just let that set for a second. All right. Hopefully, let me put this back over. And again, I'm going to have, because you can see I still have a lot of those 1/2 inch, because that's from those layers. So I'll be doing some more cards in a second. Going to take my dollar store scissors, because I don't want to ruin my snips with all that adhesive on the back. Let's go ahead and go. So what I do is I cut it with these pretty close to the edge. You can't really get that close. They're not like the snips. They're not precision. But I'm going to get as close as I can, and then I'll come back with the snips, because then there'll be less adhesive left on the card. Oh, I cut into the card a little bit there. Oh, well. You may not notice it. Since it's so busy, you may not notice. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of glue on my hands. I'm going to get those strips out of the way before they get ruined, because I like those strips. They might appear on another card fairly soon. Alright, so now that I've got as close as I can, got a lot of that adhesive off, let's get rid of all of these, because these now should be thrown away. They don't have a straight edge. Some of them have glue on them. Those you can throw away. I laid that down on that. That wasn't smart. So now I'm going to come in with my snips. And if you have, I have like a guillotine cutter from Stampin' Up! That was a hostess gift. So you could use that. They're really good at getting those little spits of cards that are hanging over. I just take my snips, because at this point there's not a lot of adhesive left on there. So look at that. Oh, that one moved, but not going to worry about it. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab my seal. A little bit. Oh my goodness. I laid it down when I wasn't supposed to. I didn't hover. All right, so we're going to hover Make sure it looks how we want it. Then we're going to press it down. Excellent. And then after it dries, then you can take your non-sticky fingers and wipe away any little pieces that might be out there. Like, see, there was a piece that was hung on there. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my go-to greetings. Go-to greetings. This is in the July to December. Oh no, this is the annual catalog. Duh. Annual catalog. And it's $1 million sales. Sandy Hartka. Okay, let me see. Let me show you, because I hate telling you about a set and then not telling you where it's at. So go to greetings is on page 26 of the annual catalog. There it is. Go to greetings. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. Okay, so then let me just grab, I have a piece of, let me see, just a scrap here. Let me see if it's long enough. It is. So this scrap is 4 by 1.5 inches. I'm just going to stamp it on here with Memento and see if I need to trim it down any after that. All right, let me get this straight because I know I put it on the block straight. Oh, the white's a little young, little light, but I'm not worried about it. Oh, not those. Why would I use those? I'm just going to do the snips because there's a little bit of a black edge there. I'm not sure why. Going to take Pale Papaya and my blending brush, get some color on it, take it off on the lid, come off, and go onto it like that. Oh, I have a little scrap hanging again. That little fresh freezer scrap just doesn't want to go away. All right, let's pick up some of that then and bring it back on here. Also, what's really striking is you could always do a very thin layer of our basic black cardstock. That would look fabulous too. I just like giving it a little bit of some color. Let me go ahead. I think I'm going to use, from the minis, I'm going to use the edges. That might be about right. There you go. Get those backings off. And there you go. Figure out which ones you want to cover up. I'm going to do this on an angle because everything's angled on here, so why not be on an angle? And there you are. Depending on which video came out on this is either your first, second, or your final strip Saturday, strip down Saturday, strip day video. So I hope you enjoyed all 3 of them on this Saturday. Use up those scraps. Have a safe weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.